Hello and welcome back to Sack to the Future. This is a special third bonus game for week 15 of Sack to the Future. Reason? Well, we're getting close to the playoffs and a lot of computer matchups are important to the playoffs, including this one, the Detroit Lions visiting the St. Louis Cardinals. You see both teams are 7 and 6. Currently the last wild card spot is at 9 and 5, going into the. Or I'm sorry, yeah, 9 and 5. So a win here by either one of these teams gets them just one game out of that last wild card spot. In addition to that, that's Detroit's only hope. But in addition to that, the Cardinals are chasing the 49ers. They were both 7 and 6, but the 49ers own the tiebreaker. Well, the 49ers, as you saw on this channel, lost to the Chicago Bears. That opens the door for the St. Louis Cardinals. If the Cardinals win today, they are the first place team in the NFC West. If they lose, they still have a shot at the division, and the Lions still have a shot at the wild card. If the Cardinals win, they're in first, and the Lions are all but dead in any sort of playoff hope.
And the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back.
Let me go ahead and set up the Super Sim for y'all here. Okay, here we go. Cardinals will be kicking off to the Detroit Lions.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Dang it. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. Out comes Jim Nanowski, who has taken over for the injured Earl Moreau. As you see there, he's over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. Sorry, let me just... after this play, I'm going to have to take care of some volume settings real quick. Sorry about that. I was going to say Nanowski has taken over from the injured Earl Moreau and has found himself up to the number 3 rated passer in the NFC. So he has actually outperformed Earl Moreau since taking over. Come on. What? All right, I guess we will just leave the announcers on. Nanowski. He was looking for Lewis on that one, but that's incomplete. So, as I said, here comes the Detroit starters for you. Spencer, Mills, Schultz, Gordy, and LaRose is your offensive line. Pietrasante, the running back. Gibbons is your tight end. Gail Gogdale is up near the top in a lot of rankings in the NFC. A very well-respected receiver among the league. Nanowski, pass again on 3rd and 12. Now he'll scramble. He's going to put it down and run. That's nowhere near a first down, but he does pick up about half of it. And the Lions will punt. So as I was saying, the Bears have taken care of the 49ers. The Rams won their game. Technically, if everything was crazy, if the Cardinals lose this game and continue to lose out, the 49ers also lose out and the Rams win out, there'd be a 3-way tie for the division. But for the most part, the Rams are done. It's really the Cardinals and Niners for the division. Oh my God, what is happening? Okay, well, now it's finally going to let me fix the volume setting. Sorry about this. Take care of something real quick. Oh my. Come on, faster than this. Okay, sorry about that. So the Cardinals now on first down. Echeverry back to pass. He'll spin out, and he will tuck it himself and run and slide before he gets hit by number 55 there, which of course we know is Wayne Walker. So Echeverry comes inches close to getting the first down, spins out here, takes off, not holding the ball well. Now he tucks it, slides, just like he learned in Canada. But just inches short of the first down. I'll give it to John David Crow, who is currently second on the team in rushing, splits time with Prentice Gaunt. And let's take a look at the whole offensive team. Cook, McGee, DeMarco, Gray, and the other tackle. Crow and Gaunt are your running backs. Bobby Joe Conrad and Sonny Randall. The receivers, both excellent receivers. Of course, Sonny Randall has been respected for a couple of years in this league. Bobby Joe Conrad having a good year here in 61. So after getting to second and inches, the Cardinals fail to get the first down and will have to punt on 4th and 1. You'll see some of the scores down below. Games already finished. If you've watched the other channels, the Vinny X Wolf channel, Brian Felt's channel, John M channels, you'll know some of those games are, of course, final. Like I've already told you, the Bears beat the 49ers. That game, Chargers and Rams, was played already. So if you know the outcome, then you already know what happens. If not, certainly check that out on the Brian Felt's channel. Danowski now, he will hand it off to Pietrasante, and he is gang tackled and taken down for a loss. Now the Cardinals have the division in their sights. They control their destiny. They win this game, they take first. They win their remaining games, they're in the playoffs, no doubt, and they're hosting a playoff game. There's a nice pass from Danowski to Gibbons. A gain of 18 yards, no, 20 yards. 22 yards, sorry. 22-yard gain to Gibbons. I was saying the Cardinals hold the destiny in their hands. They are still Niners, which means they just have to win one more game than the Niners out of the last two. And they would technically still be alive for a wild card spot, although they would now be behind. 2 games behind the last spot and behind the Lions. Quick look at the Cardinals. You see the linebackers Henke, Minor, Elzy, and Coleman. In the backfield, you have Jimmy Hill, Pat Fisher, Larry Wilson, and Jerry Norton. In my opinion, the best safety duo in 1961. Wilson, of course, a Hall of Famer, and Norton, a sensational player himself. There's Pietrasante getting a few more yards, turning up to a 3rd and 4. And so we've had a very defensive start to this game so far. Punts on the first 3 possessions. And Larry's punt is just a little bit too far into the end zone for the touchback. Yale Larry, there's a look at the playoff picture. Giants are the 1 seed. See, the Bears have just taken the 2 seed from the Packers. There's the last spot. The Cowboys are 9 and 5. So are the Eagles. And then these 2 teams are chasing that 9-5 record with 7-6 records of their own. But again, you saw the Cardinals are tied with the Niners. They lose the tiebreaker though, so they need to win today to get ahead of them. Echeverry rolls out to the left, gets rid of the ball before getting hit, so that is not a sack but an incompletion. He's proud of himself for that move. Here's your defense. McCord, Karras, Brown, and Glass. Pretty good defensive line. Joe Schmidt is an amazing linebacker. Brett Schneider and Walker. The outside, Gary Lowe, Yale Larry, Night Train, Lane, and Dick LeBeau. 3/4 of that secondary is top notch. Of course, Night Train Lane is the all-time interception leader in real life, even today. At the time, in Sack to the Future history, I am quite sure he has already taken the #1 spot. I'd have to look that up to know the exact number he's at, but Night Train Lane should be your interception leader. Career interceptions I'm talking about, not this year. And there's one of the games still to come, the New York Titans at the Vinny X. Wolf-led Buffalo Bills. That should be on the Vinny X. Wolf channel tomorrow. And then the Houston Oilers on the John M. channel should be coming up within the next couple days. And those two games will finish off Week 15. So the two teams, this has the feel almost of a playoff game as they're feeling each other out. 4 drives, 4 punts. A couple of good ones, each by Larry and Norton. So the first quarter's for feeling out. This game's too important to make any big mistakes. You haven't seen any deep shots or anything like that. What we're seeing is a couple teams trying to get their feeling in this game. Playoff lives on the line. Kanowski will turn to give it to Pietrasante. He will get another yard or 2. There you see last week he had 59 yards on the season. He's just under 600. Has only found the end zone twice. It's one of the Lions' problems is not that they have no rushing yards, but that they're not turning into rushing touchdowns. Most of their touchdowns are coming through the air. High snap. Nanowski gathers it. He'll throw it deep. Here he's taking a chance, but with those 2 super safeties back there, it's probably good that he just threw it away. And the Lions have come out very balanced. 5 runs, 5 passes. Nanowski from the shotgun again. He will sling it towards the sidelines, and I think that was caught, but was he in bounds? He was not. Came down out of bounds, and the Lions will punt for the 3rd time in as many drives. There you see the semi-pro team took on an NFL team. #1, the semi-pro team won 35-31. #2, that's the semi-pro team's 6th win, and the NFL team, I say that loosely as the Washington Redskins are absolute garbage in 1961, but they have the 1 win. 1 win. So needless to say, you most likely will not see bonus game coverage when the Washington Redskins are in action, unless they happen to be playing a team that's actually important. John David Crow, his 4th carry. He has 0 yards. Echeverry now got happy feet, but he does find his way out of it, and then he slides, and looks like he tried to take out number 57. See down below, the Chargers and Rams are tied at 7. That was a fantastic game. I definitely recommend checking it out. Brian Felt's channel. One of the 3 bonus games this week. Echeverry wasn't really looking for anyone on that one, just getting it out of his hands so that Norton could come out and punt again. So, has managed to punt 3 times before the first quarter ends. That is remarkable. Stefan now getting used to these returns, get a little better each time. That one was about 10 yards. Okay, 3 drives is enough. You guys have run your plays, took a deep shot here or there. You know what's going to work, what's not going to work. It's time to start showing some progress. At least we hope. Either that or get ready to start looking up records most punts in a game. There's Gibbons, 5 catches last week. He has 57 on the season, which is a very good number. That's close to, that's not quite, but close to 5 catches per game. And that first quarter is over. 6 punts. Not the most exciting for you offensive fans out there, but if you like defense, this is what you want to be watching. And Petrosante is going to get at least 1 first down before the punter comes back out. Now Nanowski will fake it to Petrosante. He'll roll out to the right and then hit his man. For a couple yard gain. That, of course, was Gibbons again, the Pro Bowl tight end. Having a Pro Bowl type season again. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Apologize for the coughing fit there. I was trying to say Gibbons was a real life Pro Bowler in 1961. And here he's having a season worthy of Pro Bowl, but not sure if Madden has actually voted him into the Pro Bowl or not. Now the Lions are getting a little bit of something started here. That's their second first down in the same drive, which they are the first of these 2 teams to accomplish that feat. Nowski, a quick drop now, and he'll hit Barr. Who the heck is Barr? That 41 should not be Barr. 41, of course, is supposed to be the cornerback Jimmy Hill. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Terry Barr. Jimmy Hill, obviously the corner of the Cardinals. Got my colors mixed up. Of course, the Lions in blue are the team with the ball. Terry Barr, definitely a important player on the Lions. Not their best receiver, but the other receiver. Of course. 2nd and 9 now from the 38-yard line. There you see the Oilers will be trying to take the #1 seed back. But right now, the Lions wonder where their field goal position went, as Minert comes in and takes him out of field goal range all the way back at the 48. Now on 3rd and 19, they're not so much dreaming of a first down as they are just trying to get back into field goal range. Nanowski from the shotgun. He turns and starts running backwards right away and then fires it at the offensive lineman's head for not blocking better. And that is not going to go over well, I don't believe. I don't see a fight breaking out as they go to the sidelines, though, so maybe all is forgiven, or Nanowski lied and said he wasn't aiming at the back of his helmet. Regardless, Larry puts his 4th punt in the books. And the Cardinals will come out for their 4th drive. If you got a point for punting, it would be 4-3 Lions right now. But alas, that is not how they do it. Echeverry looking deep. Sam Echeverry, of course, the product of the Canadian Football League. He has, the 31-year-old is already considered a megastar in Canadian football fans' hearts. Now he's in the United States trying to get the same fandom here in St. Louis. John David Crow with his best run of the day for 2 yards. And so if defense wins championships, you might be wondering how are these two teams having to fight each other to see who has a chance at a wild card. Whereas if you believe offense wins championships, then you're wondering how did either one of these two teams win any games. It's kind of like the glass half full, half empty thing. It depends how you look at it. But if you love punting, if they put games in London back in 1961, they might be thrilled with this game, as there is no points scored, but there has been 8 tremendous kicks made by punters. Nick Petrosante coming out. He of the 14 yards and just 6 carries to get there. Nowski now, he will turn and throw it to Petrosante, so not only can he average 2 yards a carry, but he can make catches for nearly 4 yards. 3 yards a crack, actually, at the catches. So with his 3-yard average on receptions and 2 yards average of running, Petrosante's up to nearly 25 all-purpose yards already. And it's not even halftime. Two fumbles this season. Is Madden trying to tell us there's about to be a fumble? Petrosante gets the first down. And so if you did want to say there is a team winning the game, I guess you would say it's the Detroit Lions, because at least they're getting some first downs. And over the course of a game, they might be able to sneak a field goal in there or something. Nowski drops back and runs right into number 66, Ron McDowell. Ron McDowell, who, of course, is the rookie who has been coming on lately. I don't know when he took the starter job, but he is the starting defensive end now. In real 1961, he did take over the starting job as well as a rookie. Played in 13 games, but started the last 5. Because of that big sack, the Lions are most likely going to be punting again. 3rd and 15. And they will hand off, knowing they're never going to pick it up through the air. They would just like to work on the clock. See if we could get into the locker room with the score the same as when they came out of the locker room. Two-minute warning. If you're just tuning in, I will go through the scoring recap real quick. All right, now you're all caught up. It is 0-0, of course. However, you have missed 8 punts. Luckily, you're in time for the 9th. Yale Larry, how good is this one? That's probably his second best one of the day. Oh, West with a spin move. Now they're getting crazy. They're starting to pull spin moves out. This is certainly not only a game to see whose playoff life is over, but a punt return practice. Chance to pull out some jukes, spins, anything that might help you in the future be a better punt returner. Echeverry now. He'll turn. He was looking for his target, of course, which was big number 85, Taz Anderson, the tight end. but Joe Schmidt, the Hall of Fame linebacker, was not having any of it, dove in front and knocked it away. Now Echeverry from the shotgun. This time he will hit Graining. And that is his second completion already today. So 2 completions and 2 quarters. Echeverry on pace to complete a total of 4 passes. There he hits John David Crow in the back of the shoulder. It pops over his head, over the defender's head, and then Crow with a burst of speed knocks it down before the defender can get a cheap interception. And Larry will not be running away from Norton today, as Norton is about to tie him with his 5th punt. Larry right now leads 5-4. Norton, boom, he just tied it. We're tied at 5 in the punt count. And this one is a little too long. It goes into the end zone for the touchback. Jerry Norton's goal is to kick for touchbacks. Interesting. Don't bother trying to get it inside the 20. Just kick it as hard as you can, and if you can get 2 touchbacks, that's your goal. Very interesting. So out comes Danowski, and the Lions, well, we'll say offense. Danowski with his 9th completion, at least half of them to Petrosante. Has 4 catches for 7 yards, and now his receiving average is as good as his rushing average, just under 2 yards per touch. 30 seconds left. The Lions will throw, and of course it'll be a swing pass to Petrosante, who breaks 2 tackles before getting taken down by Ron McDowell. So the rookie McDowell has definitely shown his face a few times here, making a name for himself. To say the Lions have had a conservative game plan would be a severe understatement, as they either hand off or throw a swing pass on almost every play. And here is the handoff to Petrosante, and he will get to the line, drain another timeout away from the Cardinals, but much more importantly, allow Yale Larry to take the lead on Norton and punts. We're tied at 5. Yale Larry's coming out for his 6th punt, which is, of course, why we're watching this game. 49er fans are actually rooting for Norton to win this contest, but so far Yale Larry leading 6-5, and I don't think Norton's going to have enough time to get a punt off. There you saw below, upset alert, the semi-pro Houston Texans on top of the Baltimore Colts 13-7. And if you think that is absolutely unbelievable, you can check it out on the Vinny X Wolf channel and see how it's happening, and better yet, how does it end? So, arms crossed, Lions coach George Wilson, not sure why his offensive team has not come to play, but luckily for him, the Cardinals are equally inept at offense. So, as we go to halftime, not sure if they're going to show you any highlights because we haven't really had any. Let's take a look at the total yards. The Lions with more passing yards, 30-12, and more rushing yards, 38-32. So 68 yards of offense is the superior offense in this game. I said You heard me. I said 68 yards of total offense is the better offense in this game. The Lions not only better at offense, but Yale Larry has kicked 6 punts to Norton's only 5. Jerry Norton's got some catching up to do. He's trying to convince his coach to allow him to punt on first down. As Yale Larry's got to beat 6-5. It does not look like the coach is going for it, though. Out instead will come Sam Echeverry. And the Cardinals, with an impressive 44 yards of offense in the first half, will try desperately to even top that here in the second. And they won't, as they start off going backwards. It's a daunting task to try to get 44 yards and a half. So you can't blame the Cardinals' offensive line for being a little terrified. 2nd and 20 now. Echeverry, he'll hand it off to David Crow. John David Crow lighting it up. 10 yards in just 8 carries. That is better than 1 yard per carry, folks. Oh, we're going to highlight Taz Anderson. Let's see if Echeverry will find Anderson for his completion of the quarter, as he's completed 1 pass in each quarter so far. Nope, he's going to run. He's going to save that 3rd quarter completion for later. He has scrambled 4 times for 28 yards. That has been the Cardinals' offense, is Echeverry running around. And Norton gets his wish. He's going to tie this thing in punts. There you see Echeverry again tucking it. Running, here comes Jerry Norton. In a couple seconds, if he can avoid the block, he will tie Yale Larry with 6 punts. And he's done it. We are tied at 6, folks. 6 punts apiece. Somehow the punt returners are actually getting worse. They were getting better the first few punts, and now they're back on their way down. Make sure we have absolutely no excitement in this game. Now, it is quite amazing that the offenses have not done anything. What's even more amazing is even though the defenses have dominated, I don't even recall there being a hard hit yet. It is just, it's almost like the two teams are sleepwalking. Wilson on that tackle, but again, it was just a quick 2-yard pass and a nice easy tackle. Nobody's getting blown up. Nobody's making a move. I did see one spin move on a punt return, and there's a little bit of an excitement as the offensive lineman jumps. False start. And it looks like they're going to call that on number 75, John Gordy of the Lions. So that'll push him back to 2nd and 13. But here's play action pass. Nanowski looking deep. That was almost the excitement we were looking for. Knocked away harmlessly. Third and 13. 5:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. Neither team has wanted to put any points up yet. Nanowski with a shocking handoff to Petrosante. And he runs directly into the line, no further. And that brings up 4th and 13. The Lions have now run 30 plays. And Yale Larry is on for the 7th time. Larry gets into it. He does have the lead now, 7-6 over Norton. This is returnable for West, who does nothing. So the Cardinals will come out from their own 23. And it really can't get any easier for the Cardinals. They were, at the beginning of the week, they were on the outside of the playoffs. But if you told them, hey, the Bears are going to take care of the 49ers for you, and the Lions aren't going to score. So if you could score just 3 points, you could be in the playoffs as the NL West leading team. That would be amazing news, except for the fact that I'm not sure they can even get 3 points. John David Crow with his best run of the day, a huge 5-yard gain. That totally ruins his average as he's getting close to 2 yards a carry now. Cardinals have run 10 less plays than the Lions. Echeverry gets it to Crow, and he avoids the first one, but he gets smacked decently hard. One of the bigger hits of the game by linebacker Schmidt. Frustration now from both coaches. Many facial gestures, arms up in the air like, oh, what the hell are you guys doing? Echeverry now from the shotgun. He looks like he's poised to make his completion this quarter. Nope. He's still saving it. Echeverry, he's had one completion each quarter, and he is saving the third one for a better moment in time. When you limit yourself to just one completion per quarter, you do have to use it wisely. There is no doubting that. Norton poised to tie this competition with Larry. There he goes. We are all tied again. Stephen. 1 yard worse than the last attempt. By the time this game's over, Stephen will have lost his job as the punt returner. He continues to get worse. He might as well just fair catch it at this point. At least he hasn't fumbled yet, though. Maybe that's what they're waiting for. All right. Nanowski now. Oh, he's going to throw on first down. And he's going to complete to Barr, I believe, unless he wasn't able to get his foot down, which he wasn't, because that would take some sort of offensive ability. So, Detroit Lions with 70 total yards, still the better of the two offenses. Nanowski now, hand of Pietrasante. Look at that. He cut back, tripped up, almost gathered his feet, but still was able to get 8 yards, which puts him all the way up to 3 yards a carry now. I'm telling you what, slowly but surely, the Lions are starting to turn into an offense, and I think give them another quarter, they might put some points on the board in the fourth quarter. There's a completion to Pietrasante, and that's a big gain out across midfield. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first time either one of these teams will be across the 50. So this snap right here is going to be your first snap in the opponent's side of midfield. And now he takes it. He rolls out, throws on the money to Studstill, all the way down inside the 30. And now the Lions are taking it. Nanowski all the way up to 98 yards. And now it's happening. I told you the Lions were a couple first downs here and there. They were at least looking like they were starting to learn from their patheticness. Whereas the Cardinals, I don't know what's going on with their offense. It doesn't seem like they have a clue. And so 3 points might really end this game, and they are already in field goal range. Nanowski now getting into a rhythm. Look at the time of possession, and total yardage is strongly in the Lions' favor. 2 minutes to go in the third. We're still scoreless, but the Lions are driving for the put-away point here. Nanowski, another quick pass, this time to Gibbons, his tight end. And that's all the way down to the 12-yard line. So the Lions, Nanowski quietly starting to put a game together, 15 of 22. Gibbons has 5 catches. Nanowski, quick drop. Now he drops back a little bit further, launches it up there for Studstill. He cannot come down with it, though, as number 37, Pat Fisher, the starting cornerback, at only 5'9", was able to get up there and compete for the ball. Nanowski, fake throw, it gets to Pietrasante. So feeling a little bit confident now, toying with the defense. And why not? He's been able to put a couple first downs in the same drive. The punting competition between Yale Larry and Jerry Norton has been exciting. But I'm afraid they're going to leave the punter on the sideline for this one and actually bring in the place kicker, as the Lions are trying to do something that we did not think was possible today, and that is score points. Jim Martin. Kick is up. Oh my goodness, there is points on the board. In just 3 small quarters, we have seen 3 points already. All by the Lions. It is 3-0. And the Cardinals now. Remember, Echeverry has not completed his third quarter pass yet, so he still gets 1 completion in the next minute, and then he'll still have 1 to use in the fourth quarter. So if he could put both completions on this drive, that's what he was thinking. Echeverry, knowing that he has limited himself to 1 completion per quarter, has saved his third quarter completion for this drive, I believe. And then he can use the fourth quarter completion as well on this drive. And maybe, just maybe, they can get in field goal range. Cardinals all the way up to 50 yards on the day. Didn't even take 3 full quarters to get there. Echeverry will hand off to John David Crow, and he will get a nice gain of 2. And Arizona up to 50 rushing yards now. You might not be an expert at math, but that will tell you that the Cardinals' passing yardage is somewhere around 2. 2. Echeverry now. Is this his third quarter completion? No. He's still saving it. He has completed 1 pass in each quarter. He does not want to complete one in the third quarter, though. Unless he's going to do it here on 4th down. No, Norton's going to take the lead instead and punts. This is either Norton's 8th or 9th punt. I've lost count, but they are tied right now. Norton about to take the lead. There it is. Norton has out-punted Yale Larry. And Steffen, with 9 cracks at it, still sucks at returning them. All right, but here's the man, Petrosante, 41 yards rushing. Add to that another, what's got to be close to 30 yards receiving. And he has more yards than the entire Cardinals team. Nanowski actually got something going on the last drive. Here's a hand up to Petrosante, and he's across the first down. That's the biggest play of the game on the ground for sure. And Petrosante's all the way up to 58 yards. Another good drive by the Lions, and they might have some real NFL-looking stats. And it is a fact, Echeverry is not going to complete a pass in the third quarter. Petrosante gets another yard or 2. We've played 3. We've seen 3 points in 3 quarters. And let's see what the fourth quarter has in store for us here from St. Louis. Again, the Cardinals can take the division lead with a win. It's hard to win when you don't score, but it is a strategy they are trying out. There's a nice completion to Gibbons, and then I think he's ripped down by a face mask. If this is indeed, it is a face mask, and the Lions are all the way down to the 25-yard line, something like that, 29-yard line. Oh my goodness, the Lions. If they put this in the end zone, I'm going to have to call it game over, as the Cardinals are not going to score without a lucky play, but they're certainly not going to get 2 lucky plays. Although Echeverry, I'll have to check on his rules he set for himself. But since he did not use a completion in the third quarter, is he allowed to throw 2 completions in the fourth quarter? I know he wanted to stick at a strict 1 completion per quarter challenge. I don't believe that's a Canadian thing. That's just what he set for himself in this game. Petrosante goes nowhere. Yeah, he did not want to complete more than one per quarter. He completed one in the first, another in the second, but he did not complete a pass in the third quarter, so he might be trying to bend the rules a little bit and complete 2 in the fourth, which would be mind-boggling. Nanowski has completed like 15, so he is not playing by the same rules. He'll run for it, and he'll get taken down by number 32, who is Stock. That's got to be a roster filler, I believe. I'm not sure who Stock is. Well, in any sense, he was there to take down Nanowski. There he is, Stock, 32. Well, he made the team in Sack to the Future, so that's all that matters. Here we go. Martin trying to double the total output so far, and he does. The Lions are up by 6, which to the Cardinals might as well be 100. In all seriousness, though, if Echeverry would just use one of those 2 completions he has saved up to hit Sonny Randall or Bobby Joe Conrad on a deep pattern, they could still steal this game. See, the line's up to 178 yards. That's bad, but it's at least something that you might believe that you're seeing. Oh, Echeverry goes backwards as Glass gets him for the second time. And the Cardinals are back under 50 yards of total offense with 5 minutes to go in the game. I cannot believe that the Cardinals went with this offensive strategy. Echeverry now threatening. And there's the completion. Taz Anderson. We're going to count that as his third quarter completion, so he still has one more up his sleeve. Just 78 yards away from taking the lead. Would he dare to come up with a 78-yard completion for his last trick? Echeverry now at play action. He is looking deep, and he throws it to Night Train Lane. And Night Train Lane is going to take it all the way back down to the 5-yard line. And that is a Hall of Fame cornerback for sure. He has a habit of ending games with interceptions. You'll recall the Buffalo Bills, I believe he ended the game with an interception. There was another bonus game that he basically ended the game with his interception. And I'm pretty sure if that didn't end it, that... Oh, it's not a touchdown pass. Okay. I was going to say the Lions are now just out of their minds actually putting touchdowns on the board. But Night Train Lane has most likely ended it unless the Cardinals can get a defensive touchdown because their offense... Did you see that? The Cardinals' offense has 0 yards through the air today. Petrosante runs it in for the touchdown, and it's starting to get out of hand. It's already 12-0. And adding insult to injury, the Cardinals are going to have to stop a 2-point conversion now because the Lions are thinking just in case the Cardinals get lucky twice. Petrosante breaks a tackle, leaps in there, 2-pointers good. Lions rubbing the Cardinals' face in it. It's 14-0. The NFC North has absolutely no respect for the West. Fisher on the return. Well, he doesn't return it for a touchdown, and that was basically the last hope of the Cardinals. So the 49ers are going to maintain the division lead at 7-7. Same record as the team that leads the semi-pro division. The Atlanta Falcons are also 7-7. Now Echeverry did a really stupid thing right there. He used his fourth and final completion on a short pass down by 14. So he's either going to break his rule of averaging only 1 completion per quarter, or he has just given up on the game. As bad as Echeverry's been, John David Crow has managed to keep his average under 2 running the football, so that is certainly noteworthy as well. Echeverry now. Oh, he just broke his own rule. That is 5 completions in a 4-quarter game. We're not in overtime, sir. 5 completions already for Echeverry in just 4 quarters. Now he's going to throw again. And he's going to complete one. No, he's not. Okay. Conrad luckily dropped it, as at least somebody understands the rules of this Cardinal offense. And now they're going to spread them all wide. The Lions will play along. They're still going to go ahead and cover the receivers. There is a flag. Echeverry completes it to Elliott, knowing that the flag is on the offense, so it won't actually count. There it is. So we will give him a pass on that one, as they most likely knew it wasn't going to count anyways. Oh, look at this. Nobody's back there with Echeverry now. This might be a setup to get him killed. He rolls out to the right. He'll sling it. Oh, it's low, but what's Taz Anderson doing? Echeverry tries to throw it away. Anderson reaches down and catches it off his shoe tops. And that's a good way to get cut, my friend. Taz Anderson going up and beyond. No reason to do that kind of thing. And now Echeverry has obliterated his completion average. Yeah. Well, I don't know what's gotten into Echeverry. It's very disheartening. I thought we were clear in the pregame interview when he expressed to me that he would complete no more than 4 passes today. Went along with it for 3.5 quarters. But now it's almost like he doesn't want to be shut out. 3rd and 5, though. There's still a chance. Give up a sack here. Make sure you can't get any points. That's at least something. Echeverry. No. What is going on? Now he's showing that perhaps he could have played this way the whole time, if not for that stupid conversation pregame. Not sure why he agreed to such a thing, but he broke the rules anyway, so now there's a pass. John David Crow. What is that, like 6 completions on this drive? Well, we're at the 2-minute warning. The Cardinals have put more yards on this drive than the previous 3.5 quarters. Echeverry hits Taz Anderson. He's the one that started it, really, with catching the ball he had no business catching. And then Echeverry said, all right, well, I might as well start throwing catchable balls now. Echeverry, okay. So just when Echeverry starts getting to playing real quarterback mode, then Prentice Scott, mad that John David Crow has gotten more carries than him today, just drops the ball that was right in his hands. These Cardinals have issues, and John David Crow will fail to push a man a half a yard. And that will do it. The Detroit Lions are going to go ahead and shut out the Cardinals in a backs to the wall type of game. The Cardinals come out and impressively score nothing. Larry Wilson, of course, is never going to stop playing, even though they give Coleman the tackle on that one. Clearly, Larry Wilson came out and took his legs out, but it's all right. It's a nice tackle by Coleman. I believe maybe Coleman's hand was on Petrosante's shoulder as Wilson was making the tackle. And up to Petrosante, and that's tackled. I'm not even going to say it. It appeared to be number 8, but we'll just say number 51 that got the tackle. So in all seriousness, the Cardinals do have one more timeout left. It's possible they could get the ball back. All fans across the nation certainly want to see that Cardinal offense one more time, and they will get to. The Cardinals offense will show you one more time what an offense from St. Louis looks like, as Yale Larry will have to come out to punt for the 8th time. And that will tie him with Norton, even though the Lions have put 14 points on the board. Yale Larry is going to be able to match Norton in punt attempts. So the Cardinals couldn't even win that. Yale Larry with the punt. It's a good one, too. West. Oh, he makes a move. After 8 cracks, he finally learns a move, but he hurt himself. Did he hurt himself? Yep. That's what happens when you do moves, moron. Wow. All right, well. West does a move, takes a chance, and hurts himself. Willie West. He's only 23, should be able to bounce back. So Echeverry, who threw out all the rules last drive by completing way more than his allotted 4 completions per game, is now going to be able to do whatever he wants. He does a double spin, and then he launches it, and he throws it to the other team. Hey, Ryan. You missed a sensational offensive show from the Cardinals. Oh, boy. Well, the Cardinals did win in something. Yale Larry was able to tie Norton in punts, but Echeverry did seal the turnover battle. The Cardinals do win in something, 2-0. As far as game, though, they're going to fall to the Lions 14-0. The NFC West will be held on to by the San Francisco 49ers at 7-7. And the Lions are technically still alive for the wild card spot at 8-6, one game behind both the Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys. Well, if you like defense and you want to watch this from the Detroit Lions point of view, it's definitely a good one to watch. The Cardinals played some defense for 2.5 quarters, but then the Lions offense got something going. And once they really scored that first field goal, you knew it was over. But they went on to put 11 more points on the board. 14-0's your final. Shutout for the Lions. It's been a while since we've seen a shutout broadcast on Sack to the Future, so that's cool to see. But it's all over, guys. 14-0. Thanks for watching. Vinny does have a double today. So hopefully you'll catch this later, or maybe just skip to the fourth quarter, I guess, and see the action. But anyways, that's it. That's the last bonus game. We'll have Sack to the Future still has the Houston Oilers in action on the John M channel. Not sure when. And then the Buffalo Bills and New York Titans should be on the Vinny X Wolf channel tomorrow. Here's a look at the stats real quick. Until next time, I'm signing off. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.